shroud of intangibility wraps the 2018 Kia Niro plug-in hybrid wherever it meanders in Los Angeles. In Southern California, significant urban communities, modules, and electric vehicles line the garages and stop up the turnpikes like no place else in the United States. Also, every time another EV/HEV/PHEV/ZEV Echo disapproved of drivers adores acronyms, it's apparently going after consideration. Be that as it may, the Niro PHEV, which is set to dispatch inescapably in significant markets over the United States, isn't searching for consideration. It's the latest, under-the-radar hit at the Toyota Prius family from the South Korean producer, inspired by taking piece of the pie. On the off chance that Kia went for the Toyota Prius with the conventional Niro half and half, it shot dead on at the EV traits of the Prius Prime module when building up the Niro PHEV. Like the Prius Prime, the Niro PHEV has an all-electric scope of 26 miles. Its 3.3 kWh locally available charger is the very same quality as the Toyota's. What's more, both modules take around 3 hours to completely charge on a level 2, 240V, charger. Connected to a grounded family unit outlet for an overnight energize. Those are not really class driving numbers, however hypothetically enough to fulfill the requests of around-town driving. The also valued Chevrolet Bolt offers double the electric range, as does the bigger Honda Clarity plug-in hybrid. What you get with the Niro PHEV, fundamentally, is a Niro that is perfect on the off chance that you have overnight access to EV charging. We won't go over the subtle elements of how the Niro glimpses all around for that. Look at our first drive here, since it's almost indistinguishable to the cordless model. Past mixture blue accents on the outside, it's difficult to recognize the most up-to-date Niro from a separation. The inside is about indistinguishable, also, and no trunk space was relinquished by the huge, 8.9 kWh battery that sits underneath the freight hole. What's more, the aggregate framework energy of 139 pull, the same than the Niro, implies this is to a greater degree a drag strip challenger for a Prius than, say, the significantly speedier Chevrolet Bolt. An out-of-the-blue benevolent element is the capacity for the charge port to consequently open once the Niro PHEV achieves a full charge, enabling other EV drivers to securely unplug the Kia and taste power for themselves. Those parched drivers should be well perused about the Niro PHEV. In any case, to know this ability exists, the auto offers no unequivocal pointers. For good measure, we chose to leave the flatlands of Orange County for the testing slopes of Malibu, a separation of around 70 interstate miles. When we set out, the Niro PHEV's battery was everything except drained from the earlier days driving. You experience those 26 miles of all-electric range rapidly. Without the help of a completely charged battery, we battled a bit in passing moves, in spite of the fact that the Niro PHEV cheerfully traveled simply over as far as possible. In fact, the Niro PHEV offers two drive modes, Eco, Default, and Sport, selectable by means of apparatus lever, and two modes to utilize and energize Vitality, Hybrid and EV. Not at all like some modules, there is no hold mode or a forceful battery energize setting. Once you've devoured the juice, there's no moment revive. After around an hour of unpredictable activity, mismatching Southern California's expressway maze, we came to the Malibu Gorge streets and pushed the rigging lever over to sport mode. The Niro PHEV may not be made for twisty streets, but rather it scarcely recoiled from the test. Making the precarious, 2,000-foot rising to the highest point of the street vigorously depleted the electric hold control. However, a light touch and shockingly substantial regenerative braking returned 5 miles of all-electric range at the base of the slope. Body roll was negligible, and the eco-accommodating Michelins didn't screech as much, of course, in view of encounters with likewise prepared vehicles. We're endeavoring to change the impression of modules. As a rule, Niro item administrator Garrett Ono let us know. Niro was worked to be a devoted, zap stage. On Ono's list of things to get for future Niro variations. higher ground freedom, a sportier form, and more prominent utility. At 6.3 feet off the ground, the Niro PHEV doesn't qualify as an SUV by cafe gauges, something that could demonstrate valuable to Kia, as it intends to influence module crossovers to some portion of a bigger system that additionally incorporates power device vehicles. Toward the day's end of driving, these attributes appeared well and good for the downplayed, sure Niro PHEV. Without generously more electric range than the opposition, it may not propel the amusement for module crossbreeds, but rather it sweetens the arrangement for the amiable Niro. Factor in neighborhood refunds, credits, and motivating forces, and it could bode well than the Niro that can't be connected to. You won't seek consideration, just charge or get to, and still, after all that loan once in a while.
Subscribe, like, share and comment.